Welcome, everyone, to What the Force. I'm Marie-Claire Gould, your host, and with me is Missy.
Oh my God, Marie-Claire, what is happening?
What is happening indeed? We have just heard that Adam Driver spoke to AP all about his new Jim Jarmusch movie. And in the midst of it, he drops this, massive knowledge bomb about him and Steven Soderbergh. Is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know. I've always heard it Soderbergh, so hopefully that's
Soderbergh.
Right.
Basically developing a Ben Solo movie. The Hunt for Ben Solo.
They had a script.
They
They
had an idea. They had a whole thing.
They got everybody at Lucasfilm on board. They got
Filoni
on board. They got Dave Filoni on board. Oh my God.
Filoni was mentioned.
Yes.
What?
Yes. I never said anything bad about Dave Filoni. I love you, Dave.
Dave's a Ben Solo fan?
Oh my God.
How did I not know this?
I don't know.
What? Okay, so I need to process this information because I felt a lot of things since I read this. I was actually, where were you when you found out that Ben Solo was potentially alive?
Oh my God.
I was installing a lock on my door and my phone was blowing up. People were texting me, my group chats, my Discord, Blue Sky notifications. Yep, everybody's losing their goddamn minds.
It's true.
Why? Why are they losing their goddamn minds? Well, Ben Solo is not only one of the most important characters of the sequel trilogy, but to many people, he represents something greater than just, I don't know, The Last Skywalker? Yes, he even represents something greater than The Last Skywalker. He represents something in us that many people psychologically in the collective unconscious view as broken with society.
Yeah.
He is symbolic. He is emblematic.
Is telling. The reaction is telling, especially the reaction of not just the usual suspects, right? It's not just the Reylos.
No.
And we will get to that. But it's not just the Reylos, and it's the reaction is very it's starting to go very mainstream. I saw Jamel Louie just posted about it, and oh my God, there's so many
literally an hour ago, it was number 3 on Twitter. I was talking with Hammy, our number 1 Reylo correspondent on What the Force. We talk about revisiting Reylo all the time, and she's like, it's number 3 on Twitter. I cannot believe that, and it just came out only a couple of hours ago. It's gonna hit number 1. It's gonna get everywhere.
Yeah.
All of the major trades are like, what? What?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? And well, where were you? Because I messaged you.
I want to say where I was. Okay, so to be clear, I had a really rough day for reasons I will not share. But I had a rough day, so I had literally called an emergency meeting with my therapist because I had a rough day, and so I was just getting off the phone with my therapist.
Oh my God!
And all of a sudden, I made the mistake of looking at blue sky, and when I first saw Marie-Claire, I thought it was fake. I thought one of the hopeful Reylos that's always hanging in there, it's gonna happen someday, guys. And I'm always like, oh my gosh, I love that you still have hope. But anyway, I thought it was one of us, and they were just wish casting, and then all of a sudden it was wait,
oh no, it's real.
I was in denial. I could not believe it was. I was like, no.
You messaged me. You were like, is this fake? And I was
you messaged me and you were like, did you see the news? And of course, I didn't even need to ask what you were talking about because of course I know what you're talking about. And I was like, what? It's real? I can't believe it. What? Everything about it is making my brain explode. And the way I am transported back to,
oh my God. 2019
and 2019, yeah. I'm I can't handle it.
The week before Christmas, Tross has come out, and that next year, I still have people that listen to my Tross episodes.
It's such a good, it's a good episode in a very cathartic and painful way, but it's very good.
But like, if you listen to those episodes, you know what this fandom has been through. Like, and then the years since then, it's been, we'll be on 6 years this year. Like, insanity. It's been 5 years. It has been solidly 5 years since the experience. And
the experience.
And I have now recorded 3 Revisiting Reylo episodes, and there's been a lot happening for the sequel trilogy still. Hammy, I talked with just before we got on this call, and she's got some stuff going on, but if she can jump on, that will be great.
That would be cool.
Here's what we thought. Because I was like, I feel insane. Why do I feel insane? Okay. I'm not sad. I understand those that are sad. I understand those that are hurt.
I'm angry, but I'm equal parts.
I'm angry at Bob Iger, and he should have retired and stayed retired.
Yes.
You make bad decisions. You hate money.
Yes.
But Bob, there's always a chance to turn the light around. I am very much of the Joseph Campbellinian school of thought that the person that has, or the sword that has made the wound can be the one that heals it. So this is on you, buddy. This is on you. This could be your final act, and you may get forgiven by some of us.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I think Bob is the insatiable maw of capitalism, which somehow, to your point, does not understand how to make money. And I think
it's so weird. It's like they're allergic to it. It's bizarre.
Like, I just think we should ship him and David Zaslav off to an island somewhere.
They can fight with each other there.
That's right. Right.
But both Hammy and I are like in this bizarro, weird, incredibly hopeful state. And why I say that, and it's not insane, although I am pulling out my tinfoil tiara, which I have solidly kept safe and clean these 5 years.
Yes.
I have the episodes to frickin' prove it.
It's true.
That this is the biggest proof of fucking life that we have had.
Yes.
I am not kidding. The fact that they have talked about it, there was a script. This means it could happen. Think of Zack Snyder. Think of Ryan Reynolds. Adam Driver doesn't talk to anyone.
That man is the most private person I've ever heard. I have believed for years that he was okay with how things ended. I don't think he ever loved it, but I was like, he's fine with it. And all of a sudden we come out, and not only was he not fine with it, he was on a crusade to fix it. Oh my God.
He has basically written his own, like, new story to, like, he loves this character. He loves this character as much as we love this character. Yeah. How is that not incredibly validating?
Yes.
And you're like, oh, Captain, my Captain.
Yes, 100%. I'm standing on my desk and saluting. This is what we're doing. But like, it's just, I mean, do you remember, okay, so for anyone who wasn't here at that time, if you need a little history lesson, one of the many things that happened in the wake of Tross when everyone was horrifically depressed and grieving was we raised a lot of money for Arts in the Armed Forces. Which he was the chair of at the time. I don't remember exactly, but founder, chair, whatever. Anyway, like he was in a leadership role, and so raised a bunch. It was a Ben Solo fundraiser. Yeah, and because of how much money,
it was $100,000.
Yeah, $100,000. There you go. Because of which may not sound like a lot to some people, but for that, it was. I forget how much it had like multiplied their usual annual intake. It was ridiculous. It was like way more than they usually have coming in. So anyway, point being is that like it was a big enough number for them that he came on and did a personal thank you video message about I know that fans
he was in Europe at the time. I think he was filming something.
Recorded this video and he was like, thank you so much. I know that people raise money in honor of the Ben Solo character, and I just really appreciate it. And it was just so that I remember that was the validating moment of oh, he loves this character and he sees we love this character. But that was kind of the end of it. And so this now coming back cast that in a completely different light, because I think this is a man that doesn't really express himself emotionally as much unless he's doing it through his characters. And now we're getting to see the truth is he loved this character. He loved this character.
He loved this character, and he wanted to psychologically conclude this character's arc, which you and I have talked a lot about. He is now a lost husband. He follows the folklore motifs. And so psychologically, if you identify with Ben Solo, it means part of you is lost in the underworld.
Yeah. Yeah. And even the title, The Hunt for Ben Solo, you could literally call it The Search for the Lost Husband. They basically titled it that.
Yeah. And the fact that Stephen was writing it with his wife, the proof of it, the treatment of it, the idea of it. I'm like, oh, they get it. They get it. They understand. They get the psychological longing that so many of us who have identified with Ben Solo or identify with Rey's need within Ben Solo. There's a whole bunch of different psychological angles that why this character worked. Some people viewed him like the son who has been lost, like the prodigal son who has been lost and needs to come home. That is also incredibly valid. And a lot of people are like, but he was the last Skywalker. How could he not be saved? All of those things. It's all very valid. And psychologically, the missing wounded masculine in our society needs to be found.
Right. And that I think that's what kills me is to your point. Tinfoil tiaras. I know we sound nuts, you guys, but you got to stick with us here.
This is collective unconscious stuff. It happens.
No, you have to think about what this character represents on a broader level. Star Wars is our modern mythology, and this character was the last son of the Skywalker family. Leia, Han, Luke, all Anakin, Padme, they're all in there. And he was on this journey and he, fell to the dark, but then he was seeking the light and he was connecting and he was transforming, and his journey got arrested. And at that moment, everything went to shit in the real world.
It absolutely did. Literally, that is when COVID hit, and there was such a downturn in everybody's thinking about everything. And it's, oh my God. So Jungian psychology and our subconscious states are very sensitive to what is happening together as a culture. And because of how our communication has extended beyond our own senses. And by that, I mean in the Marshall McLuhan sense of the world, in that the internet has made us a global village.
Yeah.
We are very, very sensitive to the state of the collective unconscious globally. And it's not in a good place. And it's not in a good place primarily because of the wounded masculine. We talk a lot about this because of how Bell Hooks is the will to change. We've got to basically find the integrity within the masculine within ourselves. We have to bring back all of the disparate pieces. That is the fundamental search for the lost husband.
Yes.
It is the Isis and Osiris myth. It is finding all of the pieces of Osiris and pulling them back together.
Yes.
And Ben Solo represents that in our collective unconscious within the largest mythopoeia we have globally.
Right. The ending to this story, of course they pursued it. Of course they wrote it this way. Of course, they were trying to make it happen. This is the natural ending of this story. It is the age-old mythic conclusion to this journey. That's what it is. He has to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why when I hear that Iger's like, I don't understand how he can come back. I just like really.
Well, Iger doesn't understand the Force, probably hasn't paid attention
also,
to the rest of the Star Wars, and didn't remember that his big movie said somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Really? Yeah. So it's mind-boggling. So I don't know. I'm with you. I'm like, I'm energized and I'm hopeful, and at the same time I'm pissed because I'm like, you have let Ben Solo languish in the underworld for almost 6 years now, and that's on you, asshole.
There's a lot of swearing.
Sorry. I'm sorry. We're gonna get in trouble for that.
Okay. So
anyway.
let's just talk about this a little bit more too. Like, even within Lucasfilm, the Return of the Clone Wars was very much like this. Somebody came out and was like, hey, it'd be really cool if we could finish the Clone Wars. And that created a fandom buzz.
Yep.
And that actually ended up meaning that we got season 7 of the Clone Wars within Star Wars.
Yep. Yeah.
It is not impossible that Adam Driver was like, you know what? Yeah, I can talk about it now. Maybe he had an NDA. Usually those are like a year long, maybe 2 years long. And he's like, I'm going to talk about it. But he doesn't talk about anything. I don't understand. I literally sat there on my couch confused.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like, is he trying to do the Deadpool thing?
Yeah, right? I know.
Is he?
But the reaction, Marie Claire, the normies are talking about it.
Oh yeah, I went into Reddit and they were like, but this is a good idea. What? And then, there's the odd person that's like, death should be final in Star Wars.
Yeah, but
not really understanding the importance of resurrection and rebirth in the symbolic sense.
Though. Most people are stoked on the idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
And The Hunt for Ben Solo is a banger of a title.
Oh, come on. It's so classic Star Wars. Give it to me. I need it. So, yes, oh my gosh. It's hard for me to believe it's real even now. I'm just like, how is this our reality? And at the same time, like, we were right all along again.
And that also sort of makes me go, huh? Because we are in a moment where the love hypothesis is literally about to resuscitate the Reylo fandom. Not that you guys are ever gone. I actually more view you guys as sleeping, like Sleeping Beauty. Like, you're just sleeping. You're just waiting for the next thing, because literally the next thing just happened. And you appear out of nowhere. Like,
are you saying
summoned.
Our prince just showed up to kiss us awake? Because I think that's what you're saying.
Oh, you like the fairy tales, so absolutely that's what I'm saying. But yes, if there is one way to signal the horns of the Reylo fandom,
right?
I feel like Blue Sky is quite literally glitching out on me as people are talking about this.
It's not loading fast enough, and it could be the AWS outage, but it could also be.
I don't think it is, because it was working fine earlier on in the day before this news. So, Blue Sky, as you know, has been considered to be the Reylo app because they basically re-iconed themselves after so many Reylos left X Twitter and joined Blue Sky and started to put blue butterflies into their profiles and their name.
That's right. That's how we signal to one another. Hello, here are the blue butterflies.
Blue butterflies, of course, meaning rebirth and the opportunity for transformation and to come back.
Yep.
This is quite literally the most hopeful fandom I have ever been part of. And I'm going to tell you, now is the time to care.
Yep.
They will notice. You need to be loud.
Yes.
You need to bring back your Raylo flag. And I know it's scary.
Nobody wants to be disappointed again.
No one wants to be disappointed again. No one wants to go through what we had happen in 2019.
Yep.
But I'm going to tell you, we know he's alive. Because he's alive in the imagination of Kathleen Kennedy and Dave Filoni.
We need it.
We need it.
I saw somebody commenting earlier, like, I mean, they still don't have a script for the Ray movie. Seems like we have a ready-made script right here.
Yeah.
Like,
who is the one who's going to be hunting him anyways? Who the heck knows him?
Yeah. Who would be looking?
There's literally one lady.
One person.
One person who's like, yep, that's my job. Signing up.
Gotta go find hubby. Yeah.
Gotta go find my dyad. Literally even everybody who's like, oh yeah, the dyad. Oh yeah, that's how he came back. They've got this soul link.
They have this soul connection.
It writes itself.
This is not hard. That was another funny thing is somebody else was like, in response to Iger being like, I don't get it. Was like, bro, do you even read fanfic? And I was like, yes. He needs to. Clearly, lots of people need to be reading fanfic because all of the
We've already solved this problem.
Yes, many times in many ways.
I wrote one where he's stuck in the world between worlds. It's this deep psychological state, and he has to go and like kind of fight with himself, and he doesn't even remember who he is. And there's like this cool like force travel stuff happening, and it'd be super cool and weird. I assume a Hollywood writer would have written something better than that.
I don't know. That's not a safe assumption anymore, Marie.
Oh my goodness. Somebody is dropping in.
For real?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Hammy, are you with us, Sammy? Have you met us in the world between worlds?
Sorry, it's muted. Okay, yes. Hi.
Hi, Hammy.
Yay.
I did spoil a little bit and said that you might join us, and I'm so happy you did. I feel like this is the first time all three of us have been on a call together.
Yes.
So, Hammy, Missy, Hammy.
Hi, Missy. Nice to meet you in person on Zoom. I'm sorry I look a mess. We just got done with yoga, so I can't join. I'm actually like laying in bed. I can't join on my actual setup. So
no,
it's okay.
We are
rough,
authentic, and real today.
And real. and here
I hope my mic is okay. It's just on my phone, so
you're great.
Okay.
It is
you sound
perfect.
Good. We can hear you fine.
So Hammy,
kind of a boring night, right?
Oh my gosh.
Nothing's happening.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Hammy,
Adam Driver being his usual introverted self. Just
What? Yeah. Okay, first, Hammy, where were you when you found out?
So I was definitely running errands after work, driving, and then I had stopped to like drop something off, and then I checked my phone as you do in the parking lot because you're like, I might as well go on Twitter every second of the day, and then I check and I was like, oh my gosh, but then I needed to get home, so then I started driving and I was like, I can't, so then I pulled over into a Walgreens parking lot and just stayed on my phone for 30 minutes before going home.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
The most relatable thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
We have already talked a lot about how it doesn't feel like something that Adam would talk about ever.
Yeah, it's kind of like pulling. It's kind of like pulling teeth to get him to talk about Star Wars. It's very rare.
Yeah, and the fact that he has basically invested several years of his life into bringing this character back. Like, people don't understand how hard it is to develop a movie, let alone a Star Wars movie.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, like,
and it's not like he hasn't been busy.
No,
been
he's
doing other movies.
We just wrapped up with like who would be hunting him. Of course, it would have to be Ray. We literally could not think of another character that could be involved in this.
No, it's got to be his other half. The dyad's got to go hunting for him.
Yep.
I mean, if we wanted to take the fanboy interpretation, I guess you could say maybe remnants of the First Order are hunting him, but that's kind of boring. Who wants to do that?
I was actually thinking, like, let's go full Ocean's 11, and it's actually like some sort of like breakout or like he's captured somewhere, and she actually has to like spy and get like in there and like bring together a group of people to get him back.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense with the rest of the sequel trilogy squad. It would be so cute to have them, begrudgingly decide to rescue Ben Solo.
That would be amazing. Getting the band back together.
Getting the band back together. Oh my God, yes. That would be amazing. I am in this place by which I have never been more hopeful. I spoke for you a little bit, but maybe you could speak for yourself a little bit on why you're hopeful. Like, we've talked about this, but
yes, it's been years of waiting and pining, I think, for everyone. And so I just remain hopeful because, one, we've never had Adam talk so openly about Ben. And then two, the fact that he was the mastermind behind it all. Like, it just seems so positive. And as we've seen many times over in fandom, things get planned, things get developed. They may not come to fruition, but if there's enough support behind it, if there's enough fans clamoring that they want something, you do get it. Whether that's seeing Obi-Wan back 20 years later, Boba Fett coming back, Ahsoka, and again, it's probably my bias as a sequel trilogy fan, but those are all older characters that aren't as relevant to kids as maybe Ben Solo would be. If you were trying to garner a new fan base, this would be the character to go after.
Even the character himself, the fact that we got the Charles Soule run of his comic twice now, he is an incredibly popular character.
Correct. And not to mention, he's part of a movie franchise versus another TV series. Yeah, it's just I mean, obviously everyone knows my love for him.
Yeah. I don't think it's just that. Like, it's we love him obviously, but I think that there is literally something so fundamental about bringing the character back that would help Lucasfilm and Disney. Like, it would make Galaxy's Edge make like they could advance the plot in Galaxy's Edge.
It would. Can you imagine the comeback of, because Galaxy's Edge is kind of like, it struggled a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Because
and they've made it like this ghost place because basically ghosts of the past can like interact, and so that's where they brought in the Mandalorian. They brought in like other characters, like Luke has come around, and like they're basically like making it like Haunted Mansion Star Wars version, I guess.
It's almost like a Star Wars liminal space. It just kind of exists, and people can go in and out, but they can't interact with the canon when they're in Galaxy's Edge. Like, it's kind of just its own thing. It would definitely re-energize that. And then just in general, like, Ben Solo would just like heal a lot of parts with the story, thematically, from a mythological perspective. There's just a lot of open endings. I think since you guys already talked about Rey, of course that would help with her story too, to have a purpose.
Absolutely.
She kind of really does need a foil. It can't just be happy Jedi times going around the galaxy.
Yeah.
No, and even when you can actually have them fighting together, it is absolutely like the best. Like, fighting together as a battle couple, it is absolutely the best scenes that we get with them.
You can't take your eyes off the screen when they're both there together, working together.
It's so good. I had this person message. It's the Raylo Fairy at Blue Sky. And she was like, I would love a reminder of the broken social contract for happy endings, no matter how they tried to spin it. Tross was not a happy ending. Ben Solo was the only bridge with the OP characters. And he was what they gave their lives for. Clearly, Adam understood that. We've already talked about this, Hammy, before you joined, from a lost husband perspective for what he means for Rey, as well as many people psychologically. He represents this missing piece to this, to these characters. But there's also the aspect of, what is Star Wars supposed to be? It is supposed to be healing, because that's what the fantasy aspect of this story is about. It's about hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, correct. And I was going to say, similar to Obi-Wan, he's our only hope.
He's our only hope. Ben.
He's named after that, right?
Yeah. He's like, they went through a lot of effort to tell us that he is named after Ben Solo. Ben Kenobi. Ben Kenobi.
Yeah. But that brings back another thing that we haven't talked about yet, which is that one of the things that Adam Driver mentions in this interview is, that he had been originally told that Ben Solo's story was the inverse of Anakin's, which of course we've said forever. Right? We've all talked about this forever, because that was actually something I remember being talked about during the press for The Force Awakens. So they discussed this ages ago. We've known that, we knew. And so he talks about that, and clearly he was quite committed to that idea.
Yeah.
And did not feel that promise was fulfilled by the ending of the story, which we all agree. But it's fascinating that he wanted to follow through on that promise. And this is what we always talk about. On the one hand, Return of the Jedi was such an exceptional ending to the saga at the time. But the thing that it was missing was that Anakin himself, his story was a tragedy, right? I mean, yes, he came back. Yes, he, saved his son. All of this was great. But ultimately, his story as a whole was a tragedy. So the purpose of Ben Solo was to tell that story in reverse and have a young man who fell to the dark side return and be able to then live a life afterwards. And that was not what we got. And so that's why, you'll hear a lot of people, Raylos or otherwise, complaining of, it just feels like it just repeated the story that came before. Yeah, because it didn't mirror it. It didn't swap it, And
and there wasn't an advancement in the lesson that needed to be learned, or the healing that needed to happen. We didn't collect a new piece to help make sense of the world psychologically. And so I hate to tell you this, producers in Hollywood, but Ben Solo's got to live.
Yep. Gotta bring him back. Sorry. Not sorry.
And also, because we never saw him as a Force ghost, it is kind of open-ended. The possibilities are endless for how he can come back. And also, it's not that we just want him to magically come back and that's it, and there's no story ahead for him. No, he should be dealing with a lot of emotions about his past, his family, his grief, his duty to Rey,
how to
his duty to himself,
and how to atone to the galaxy, and how to make it a better place. Oh my God, this would be hope punk.
Yeah.
How to help other kids who are like him, who are struggling with the dark side.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. There would be so much. They could create a cartoon afterwards because he would be around. And then there could be so many stories based on it. He is the character that calls to kids the most in the modern era.
And obviously we've seen him in the comics go back as a little kid. We've seen him as a little kid. Most recently, an upcoming Han Solo comic features him, baby Ben Solo again. Just a lot of
we
baby
saw him.
Ben
He's
Solo
got
content.
his little mole too.
His little beauty mark.
Yeah. Oh
gosh. Yeah. You
Baby
can't keep
Ben.
showing us him as a baby and then be like, Yeah, but he's not coming back. Yes.
Yeah, but he just, dies and he's good for nothing. Whatever.
No, but he baby, so he coming back.
Mm-hmm.
He's a baby. Woo woo.
Baby, ooh.
Back in my Tross episodes, I talked about how they broke the myth. And I feel like we've done a pretty good job of saying, like, there's reasons why. Like, there are reasons why this broke what people psychologically knew should happen. Right? It should have been healed. There should have been an escape. There should have been the two dyads who are the most powerful thing in existence should be able to prove it.
Yeah.
Have you guys talked about the dyad at all?
Only that Ray is the dyad with Ben.
Well, obviously it's outside time and space. And if you go into, I believe, the Rise of Skywalker visual dictionary, it was a Sith prophecy about the dyad that they could go beyond life and death. So everything all the building pieces are there to bring someone back. If we saw Ben heal Rey and give her life back on the light side, so she should in turn be able to figure out a way to bring him back if they're still connected. She says she feels him at the end of the novel.
Yeah, it's all there.
I don't know how much you have already talked about it, but it is really crazy to think about Adam thinking all these things, not just in terms of like, oh, I want to play this character again, but to be that in depth and that involved with the script and everything. That means he has his own theories about how Ben is alive.
Right. And why it matters.
Yes.
What I love about Adam Driver is that he's an incredibly thoughtful actor. A lot of actors just only view things very much from their own perspective and angle, but he actually sees it in the wider story of everything. And it gives me so much hope that he saw something in that and wanted to explore it. The fact that he is so familiar with mythology in general, his acting chops, what he has done from a storytelling perspective really makes me hopeful that this story itself has a lot there. And the fact that he is speaking it all, like, is he pulling a full Deadpool?
He is. He's doing right. Someone gave him advice and said, "Hey, just drop this bit of news to the AP wire and see what happens."
Just drop it. Like when but like he could have been under an NDA. He could have been under something. But the fact that he's bringing it up, like, again, Hammy, like you and I, we've recorded 3 times on revisiting Reylo. We've been very dedicated in keeping up with everything Reylo since the last time we have talked about it. This is the biggest, like, it's like a life preserver for me. That this is even possible. That somebody was thinking about this. We hadn't heard anything. That anyone was talking about anything. Right. This means this is possible. I don't mean to be so weird and crazy about it, but
no. There's a reason for that. The reason this is such mind-blowing news to all of us is because we've had to deal since 2019 that everyone has told us that Rey is happy. That's the end of her story. We may get to see her in the future, but we're never seeing Ben Solo again. Over and over, we've had to hear that. And we did. We were happy about the Rey news, but even then, when we had our Revisiting Reylo episodes, I think we talked about that it's not going to be just Rey coming back. We still were hopeful that, like, Ben was coming back. But to have confirmation from the other side when we hadn't heard from Adam this entire time about Star Wars.
There were so many people who were like, he's never going to come back. He hates Star Wars.
Yeah, he hates it. He's an art bro. He's not going to.
He's our number one Reylo. What? He was a Reylo before Reylos. Like,
yep.
So to have the second half kind of confirm, and really the first half, let's talk about Daisy and her husband being in the love hypothesis.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So what more confirmation do we need that they're kind of in on it? Both of them.
Oh my gosh.
They must talk.
Yes. That would be my guess.
if Adam somehow friggin' makes a cameo in the love hypothesis. Like, is this like, okay, tinfoil tiara still on?
Yes.
Are they really trying to make this happen? Like, this feels like
it just seems really strange to me that Daisy would be talking to Kathleen Kennedy at the same time that Adam is talking to Kathleen Kennedy.
2021. Yeah. We talked about this. We text. Yeah.
In 2021, they're both talking to her, Kathleen Kennedy. But no, they're going to be in separate meetings. They're going to be in parallel universes.
Mm-hmm. It's so weird. But like, okay, so what are the potential futures? Because I'm a big long path person. What are the potential futures from here? Well, Raylos, I'm sorry, you got to get loud and positive and say this is what you want to spend your money on.
Mm-hmm.
So supporting the love hypothesis, that would be one way. That's coming out streaming next year. I hope it'll get a theatrical release. That would show even more. I know Bob Iger loves to see those box office numbers.
Love hypothesis, getting behind it, saying, wow, this was inspired by Raylo. Really, 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 really loud. Also, continuing to be loud on Twitter, social media, everywhere. Feel free to write a letter too. I mean, I don't think it helps personally, I don't think it hurts personally, but I haven't seen a successful writing campaign since the 90s.
Yeah, it seems to be writing has gone by the wayside, and it's now social media campaigns. It's release the Snyder Cut. It's that kind of hashtag.
Yeah, the hunt for Ben Solo is a perfect hashtag.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I don't know if you guys talked about it, but it was trending. We got it all the way up to number 3. It may be higher now since I last looked.
I did talk about that. Yeah, yeah. It's like be loud, be positive, be like this is what I want. Don't let people get you down.
Obviously support the comics. Legacy of Vader is still coming out. Issues are still coming out. That's the biggest way to show that this is a character you care about and that you want to see more of.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, so for sure that. And then I think that to your point about like social media campaigns, like do you guys remember the Ben Solo Shrug like campaign?
Yeah.
More stuff like that. Even, in fact, a great way to kick it off would be just to like go back and reshare some of those, right? They're still there. Go back and find them.
I went back and found some old interview with Adam, and someone in the audience yells Ben Solo lives. And I was like, oh, he was inspired by that. He took that to heart.
Right,
decided to make it everyone's problem.
I know. It's
I feel
all of that stuff.
I feel like the Save Ben Solo shirts will probably come back, like all of that. So
at least on Twitter, there is a group that's currently working on doing the hashtag again in the next couple days. So I'll if you go on my Twitter, you'll see that I'll be sharing all of that information.
Yeah. So I want to say like this is not the end. I know people might be sad. I know people might be hurt, especially at like the decisions of the past. But to me, this is just a jumping off part to start negotiations. Like quite literally aggressive negotiations. This is in people's minds. It exists.
People thought we weren't even at the table. And we've been at the table since 2021, apparently. So.
It's our table.
It's our table. Blue Sky, it's our social media platform.
That's right.
It's literally going to be you need to care about this, right? And where will we off if it still doesn't happen after we care about this, after we advocate for it, after we say we're interested in it? We're actually no worse off. So
and if anything, as we saw with the Acolyte, there's many stories that get inspired by Raylo and Hope, and so if we want more, there's going to be now the first romance novel released, written by a Raylo author, the first Star Wars romance novel. So we just have to continue hyping up what we care about and what we want to see in the media.
Exactly, and reminding them how big. What was it, Raylo's? When at the height of the sequel trilogy were the third most powerful online group in the internet.
Yeah. Top 5 for sure, I think.
Top 5, yeah.
It was a big deal. Yeah.
Big deal. So I don't know, guys, like also share this episode out. Please share joy. It'll help to talk about it. Just talk. Honestly, just talk. Become loud.
Yes.
Come loud.
And it kind of, and I know a lot of people are shy on social media. So just maybe listening to us kind of gives you hope too. Or at least I hope it does. That we're all like-minded in what we want in the media, and that it's not so much just, oh, we're getting our way. We're finally getting movement on something that we've been wanting since 2019. It's not so much that, but it is deeper than that for us. We feel like a part of us is going to be healed by this story, and that we care about Star Wars, and we care about the franchise, and that they make good content, that it's not just churned out for no reason. We'll go, if they're taking this long to come up with a Rey movie, and they're taking this long for a Ben Solo movie to be approved, that's okay, as long as we get good stuff at the end of it.
Yeah. As long as it is, psychological, healing, mythic, like these are the things that we care about as Reylos. It's like, I've been podcasting for a few years now on this. and quite literally, this is the thing that calls people to this podcast, is understanding why this works for them, why this meant something, why this spoke to them. And I'm going to tell you, this is the line. We need to care about this one. It's going to help. And
I'm so excited.
Yeah. This has been like so much fun to chat about. Do you have any other thoughts?
Whoever does the Wikipedia article for Reylo, you've got a lot of stuff to write in there, I think.
This was an unexpected Monday surprise.
Right. Sorely needed in many ways.
Sorely needed. Thank you, Hammy, for joining in the last little bit here just to give your takes on everything. Thank you, Missy, for talking about the importance, the significance of what this means. I am very much of the opinion that this is not the end. This is the beginning. This means this is possible. That's why this is important. I have several amazing episodes on the importance of Ben Solo. Also, Missy and I have just finished up a series on masculinity in Star Wars. We don't talk so much about Ben Solo in it, but it is part of the conversation, which we alluded to in this conversation, that I did talk about the importance of Ben Solo back in 2019. So take care. Go look at my backlog. Reverse Anadala is a banger. Because it talks a lot about what could be. And for any Lucasfilm or Disney execs out there, it's entirely possible. I know how to do it. There are tons of people that know how to do it. You just have to ask the right one. And don't worry, it'll make so much money.
You can just ask Adam Driver. He knows.
You don't have to take my word for it. You can ask Adam.
Yeah.
All right. Missy, where can people find you if they're looking for you online?
Please look for me on Tumblr, where I am All Girls Are Princesses.
And Hammy, where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter at Balanced Padawan, or on Blue Sky as Hamsa, Hamsa.
All right. Take care, everyone. Cheers. Thank you for listening to What the Force. I'm Marie-Claire Gould, your host. Our orchestral music is by Christy Carew for What the Force. You can support the show directly on Patreon at patreon.com/whattheforce. We would like to thank all our patrons, especially those who love and are obsessed with What the Force: Christian R., Adrian, Sarah Joy, Scott, John, In Wild Space, Minky Moo, Derek C., How Rude, Christian Luca, Carly Ann, and Scott C. Support the show by wearing the Force with our merch. Like and subscribe on YouTube, or leave a 5-star review on iTunes or other pod apps. It helps people find the show. You can connect with us on Blue Sky at WT Force, What the Force Podcast on Facebook, or on our website at whattheforce.ca, or our Discord. Links are in the liner notes. Feel free to reach out and start a conversation. Cheers.